So I then proceeded to, this is a voiceover by the way, there were people around, so I'm now going to have a voiceover with the exception of one scene. So that was potatoes I mashed, and there was half a potato left over, so I was going to mash that for me to eat on my own. I added some unsalted Kerrygold butter to the main potatoes, and the one I was eating on my own, I added the butter that's been salted. See, there's the salted butter right there. There's the half of the potato, and then I mixed together some butter into the mashed ones. I'm now going to add this in here, in this bowl with the salted butter. I had added that. I was now then mashing these together. The clip restarted. There was nobody around, so in this clip it actually has the original audio and talking. Okay, so I have now made a dough. I'm now making a dough now. Right here. I'm currently in the middle of mixing this. So I added 60 grams of this, and originally you were supposed to use about 3/4 of a teaspoon. However, I am only using a half of the recipe. I'm cutting everything in half to make a half size. So I just try to play it by ear, and I just added a bit of salt. I don't know what this stuff is, what baking powder is, but do not eat any of it, because I tried some of it. It was sour and immediately turned into this weird sludge. It's probably something that's not fit for human consumption, so do not eat it, because you will probably regret it. It started fizzing in my mouth, so I just spit it out into the sink, because I don't think you're supposed to swallow that. It's probably supposed to be cooked. And then the clip restarted. Here's where I started rolling the dough, but I'm actually going to probably be skipping through parts of this, kind of just fast forwarding, because there's a lot of stuff where nothing's happening, but I'm currently flouring this to make it easier. I then proceed to kind of spread the flour around, and I'm now placing the dough itself there. I'm going to take a dough pin or rolling pin. This is technically a rolling pin, and I'm going to flatten it out. Kind of struggle at this because the parchment paper keeps moving, but I get it eventually. See, I'm just rolling it out to sort of the thickness of a pancake is what the video said, to do it to about the thickness of a pancake. And eventually, I think that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm getting a knife to cut it. Just gonna fast forward. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting a knife to cut it. Just ignore the UI, I think it's what it's called. And then I cut it. And I'm going to stop the video right here because I just seen someone's shadow at the top, and that's when someone walks in, and I'm not going to dox their voice. I proceeded to cut it into fours, and then I put them in a pan, and then I cooked it for about 3 to 5 minutes on each side, is what I googled how much you're supposed to do it for. It took me a bit more, but I think my pan heated up pretty slowly. And then here's what it looked like when it was done. Here's 2 of them. I added a little bit of, I think it was the unsalted butter I added, and that's some herring that was in a can. It turned out really well. What's neat about that plate, the plate itself is not from Ireland, however it is from England, which is pretty close in location. It's a in the British Isles. So it's actually pretty close, because I'm pretty sure Northern Ireland is a part of the United Kingdom, but the British Isles is just that general area. So this plate was actually made not too far from Ireland, which is pretty neat. The video restarted. And after I had eaten, I had a cup of tea, and it's funny, there's still just the random loose leaves in there from the thing I put the loose leaf in, and then there's just the remaining potato bread. I cut off some pieces and gave some to various people, and they really enjoyed it. It was really nice. It kind of has the texture of a pancake and the flavor of a biscuit somewhat. It tastes like American biscuits in a way, but that might be the baking powder I used. But yeah, the recording had started over now. Well, there is now only 20 minutes remaining of St. Patrick's Day, so I figure I shall tell a little story. So, I actually have the Irish to thank for my love of folk music, because it was actually listening to Irish folk music. See, I've listened to folk music for a very long time. When I was little, I would listen to this album that had a bunch of singing in Celtic, mostly in Irish Celtic. There were a few Scottish songs in there too, and I think there may have even been one Welsh song in there, but I can't remember. Well, sometime in 2023, I stumbled upon a video about the Irish song written by Dominic Behan called Come Out Ye Black and Tans, and right here is, as you can see right here, is what would show during that. This is my broken phone, by the way. It still somewhat works. But it showed this, and I remember seeing this harp. This harp or something. I don't think this video is here on YouTube anymore. I tried finding it. Well, yeah, there's my broken phone, doing broken phone things. Well, now it won't even really come on. Just give it a second. My phone's just messed up. But anyways, so a while ago in 2023, I was playing Skyrim, and I came across this mod, and it had sugarcoats, and I remember seeing this one, and I thought to myself, oh hey, I recognize that harp. That was what was on the video. And so I was actually learning about various coats of arms. I learned about this one, but there's also where I learned about this overture coat for England with the both France and England's lions. Those lions are based off the Norman lions. And then here's the English with the 3 lions. Here is the Scottish one with the lion on his hind legs. And then as you can see, here's the Irish one, which is the harp. Which is the harp. And I remember seeing that harp in an antique store. That is where I found this Irish pinion. I recognized that harp as the coat of arms for Ireland. And that's what started me really liking collecting coins, is when I found this one. I wanted to get it, so I got it all coins from all over the place. I even got another Irish coin in the mail one time. And now I've collected all kinds of coins from all sorts of parts of the world. And there's some from Japan. And this is just in this book. I have other books. Here, there's coins from India. I've got coins from all over the USA. There's all sorts of US coins in here. But I've even got more over towards here. Here's some German coins. Austrian coins, and here's some Italian coins. A lot of these have composers with the exception of this Italian coin and this German coin. I've got some coins. I'm pretty sure these were, I think they were from Costa Rica. Yeah, there we go, they're from Costa Rica. And then here's two Mexican coins. There's a coin from Armenia. And then here are my coins from the British Isles. Here are various coins I have from the British Isles. And if you look at the back of them, like here's this United Kingdom coin from Scotland that actually has Bonnie Prince Charlie. It doesn't have the coat of arms. However, if you look at these, there's the lion coat of arms. There's the harp, there's the lion, and there's the raised up lion of Scotland. And it's the same with this. There's the harp, the lions, the free lions right here and here, and then there's the lion of Scotland. And I remember thinking, oh wow, this is so cool to be able to see. And what's really neat is, I have this one coin. It's not in here, let me go get it. Alright, I brought this coin with King James the 6th and 1st. 6th of Scotland, 1st of England. And if you look at the back of it, that's the old surcoat of King Edward III, where it has, it's kind of hard to see, but it has like, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced as fleur de lis, the French thing, along with the free lions, but there's also the Lion of Scotland and the Harp of Ireland. It's just a very old version of the Harp of Ireland. And I find that quite neat. This coin's pretty old, it's from 1624. Someday I want to get it checked and looked at to make sure it's actually an authentic coin. Because it'd be really cool if it is. I'm pretty sure it is an authentic coin. But anyways, so I actually have the Irish Sonali thing for me to really getting into folk music for like the Wolf Tones, and then eventually the Dubliners and the Clancy Brothers and Tommy Makem. Let's see here, that was in 2023 and it's 2026 now, so that was about 3 years ago. And so I find that funny. So St. Patrick's Day is actually pretty close to my heart, because believe it or not, the Irish actually have a lot to thank for, because I now I have over a list of over 2,000 songs from around the world, from all sorts of different languages and different countries. It's really neat. And that probably never would have happened if I had never really truly gotten into folk music. It was just something I listen to every now and then. But yeah, so that's just a neat little story. They even have this lovely little Irish hat. If you look at the inside. There it is. No, I'm not sure if this came from Ireland. This is just a hat my dad gave me. But it's a nice hat. But anyways, that's all for now. It's funny, it's gone well past St. Patrick's Day. It's now 12:51. I had started this at like 11:40. It was still St. Patrick's Day, but there was more of having to set my game up and get all this stuff. It's gone well past St. Patrick's Day, and there's barely been any of a story I've told. But anyways, that's it. It was a lovely day. I enjoyed this. And so with that, I wish you all a good day. I'm really happy with how my Potato Farls came out. Farls. I don't know, it's the Irish potato bread. I'm really happy with how that came out. So I wish you all a lovely day. And goodbye for now.